Good morning and welcome to John Beck. This is your principal, Mr. Lin, and I hope that you had a wonderful Monday yesterday. Today is Tuesday, January 10th, 2023, and it is a day B for instrumentals. It is a day 4. Now, before we kick off this wonderful day, I want to invite you, as I always do, to please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Go ahead, take a seat. I'm so happy that you are here in school. I love the fact that, just as I shared with you yesterday, that you breathe life into this building. And that fires me up. It makes me so excited to come to school. Less excited when you're not here, I have to say. You know, the hallways are empty, the classrooms are empty. No, they're not empty because there's nothing in it. There are certainly decorations. There are posters up. There are things on the tables. But the most important thing that's missing over the weekends, for instance, or over break, are you guys. You guys breathe life into the school, and I'm really excited that you guys are here. Thank you for being an important ingredient to being a John Beck student. All right, so let's go over our lunch menu for today. We have 4 choices as always. Your first choice is a chicken patty sandwich. That's your hot lunch or your warm choice, a chicken patty sandwich. Choice 2 is a Warrior Munchie meal. That's your second choice, Warrior Munchie meal. Choice 3 is a lunchbox meal with turkey, and that's for our kindergarten through 2nd grade students. And then for our 3rd through 6th grade students, it's a turkey sandwich. Last but not least, choice 4, sun butter sandwich. So make sure you make your selection, and then of course if you're a Packer, you're good to go. Don't forget, today is Tuesday and we are resuming for our 3rd and 4th grade students religious release time. So as you know by now, make sure you to select either choice 1 or choice 3 if you're buying a lunch and you're going to release time. Okay, so if you're buying a lunch and you're going and you're in 3rd grade and or 4th grade and you're going to release time, make sure to select either choice 1, which is the chicken patty sandwich, or choice 3, which is the turkey sandwich meal. Now, I want to make sure to remind all of you, whatever you select is what you get. Okay, we want to make sure we get an accurate count. We don't want to be wasting your time waiting for us to run back to the cafeteria, back to the kitchen to make extra lunches. So if you choose a choice 3, make sure that that's what you let our grown-ups know right there in the lobby before you guys board the bus, okay? If you choose a choice 1, same thing. And of course, if you're a Packer, once again, you're good to go. All right. Now, don't forget, we have 3 expectations here at the school. Number 1, be respectful to yourself as well as to others. Number 2, show that you're responsible. And number 3, show that you are ready to learn, ready to do hard things. You know, yesterday I was in a meeting and we were talking to some parents about how amazing it is that some of our kids are ready to do hard things, right? That they're not afraid of it, that they're not going to quit and give up, that they're going to tackle it. And you know what? Sometimes you may not be successful the first time. You may not be successful the second time, or even the 10th or 15th or 20th time. But to keep getting up, brushing yourself off, learning a little bit more from your failures, and finding ways to be successful in the end, that's what being ready is. How do you get to that success? Well, don't forget, our character trait for this month is self-discipline. Okay? You're going to have to do self-discipline. You're going to have to do the hard work. You have to set your goal, certainly, but you've got to do the hard work. You got to show that readiness. You got to be respectful to yourself. You know, giving yourself the grace, not beating yourself up when you're not successful, but it's just saying it's okay. You know, sometimes you could talk to yourself. I do that all the time. I'm like, hey, Mr. Lin, you got this. You got this. You might not have done well the last time. Learn some lesson. Do it again. Try it, right? And also show that responsibility, because kindness and who you are as a person matters just as much now as it did any other time in your life. With our feet and our hands and the words that come out of our mouth and even the way we think, we can do it in hurtful and negative ways, or we can do it in helpful ways. I want you to think about doing it helpful. Right? Helpful. I know you guys can do it. All right. I do have just one special announcement for today. Just a reminder for our students in the after-school music club. Okay. On Thursday is an extended rehearsal. Okay, so typically you guys get picked up a little bit early. Please remind your parents that you're to be picked up at 4 o'clock on Thursday, okay? 4 o'clock, not 3:30, but 4 o'clock. Okay, so once again, you know who you are. If you are in music club for Thursday, make sure your parents know. And I know that we send the messages home, but I want you to be responsible and show the self-discipline to go ahead and remind your parents that your pickup time instead of 3:30 is 4 o'clock on Thursday, okay? 4 o'clock. All right. Now, this day in history. Today is January 10th, 2023. Back in 1920, okay, just over 100 years ago, 103 years ago, was actually when all of the countries who were fighting in World War I signed a peace treaty. It was signed in the country in the country of France, in the city. In a place called Versailles, and so they called it the Treaty of Versailles. But that was they signed a peace agreement basically, and they agreed to do certain things to eventually, ultimately end the war, which was World War I. Okay, so today actually is the 103rd anniversary of the ending of World War I. Now, some of you guys who are history buffs will say, no, I thought the war ended in 1918 or 1919. You are technically correct in some ways. They had made the decision back on November 11th, 1918 to stop the fighting. But all the countries had to get together to talk out what caused them to fight. How are they going to resolve their argument so that no more people die? Because World War I was a really, really terrible war, and a lot of people lost their lives. We're talking in the millions. And so it was good to stop the fighting, but it wasn't until the Treaty of Versailles on this day, 103 years ago, back in 1920, were we finally able to say that World War I ended. And at the time, they hoped that that would be the last of all world wars. And again, for those of you guys who might be thinking, if you numbered World War I, that means there's probably a World War II. If you're a history buff and you like history, you may know that there actually was a World War II. So unfortunately, that peace didn't stay. It did just a couple decades later, World War II did erupt. But that was a good first try, I suppose. Okay, so today is the anniversary of the end of World War I. All right, listen, if you haven't heard it from somebody, I want you to hear it from me. I love you, I care about you, and I'm here to encourage you. And just a special quote that I ran into in honor of our Good Quotes Day, which will be happening later this month. If you can't control the waves, you can at least learn to surf. Now, what does that mean? Well, think about it. Talk to your teachers. I think it's a good message. Think about it. Okay, you can't control the waves in the ocean. I know you know that. What can you do? Waves can knock you around. They can even suck you under the water, perhaps. But for all of the bad things that a wave can do, you can still learn to surf. What does that mean? It's a good quote. All right, can't wait to see you guys around. Have an amazing day.